Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. So today I'm about to explain y'all about the labs of CCNP, the latest version of the video I've made about the fundamental explanation. So now this part we're about to go deeper into the practical details on CCNP itself. Alright, so without waste any time, let's just deep dive into the material. Alright, wait a second. Hold a minute. Alright. So, as you might see on the image here, there are several configuration from R2 and R2, 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 and the configured EGRP10s to R2 and R3 connected to the R2 and the R2 itself connected to the R3. Alright. So, I'll just break down what the configuration does and in this lab for. So on R3, as you might see, we create a prefix list called EGRP out that blocks certain 3.3.3x subnets and permits everything else. Then we tell R3, when you send root updates to your neighbor, don't advertise the block 3.3.3x subnets, i.e. apply the prefix list outbound. So what you do this use. So you want R3 to keep some network private, not tell other routers about them. Maybe these subnets are internal test network or too many little subnets. You don't want flooding the rest of the network. And the second is filtering outbound stops R3 from ever advertising those subnets to R2 and those to R1. So as you might see on the R3 here, and how it works, I'll just give you step by step by what is happening. So R3 builds the list like the NI 3.3.3.0/24 and GA28 LA30, and they told like don't advertise any prefix that sit inside 3.3.3.0/24 with mask between 28 and 30, and just permit the 0.0.0.0/0 LA32. Allow everything else a catch all so you don't accidentally block everything. And as you might see here, also there is distribute list prefix EGRP out on R3. When R3 prepares an IGRP updates to send to R2, it applies the list and remove the denied prefix from the updates. Alright, wait a minute. As a result, you might see R2 here. Routing table will not show what is it called? The routing table that you might see in R2 will not show the denied 3.3.3.x subnet. They never arrive while other allowed routers still appear. So for a simple breakdown, I'll just give you an analogy. Imagine R3 is a shopkeeper who writes a daily inventory like the root list, and send it to the regional warehouse, the R2. Tell the shoekeeper, when you send your list, do not include the small box labeled 3.3.3 and between size 28 and 30. So the regional warehouse never learns about those boxes. Alright, hopefully it could be you might get it what I've explained about lab 4. Let's just move into the next part in lab 5, which is filtering access control list. So what the config does, as you might see here on R2, so I've created an access list that match only certain addresses. The access control list use a special mask so it effectively picks out even networks. Then we apply that access control list as a distribute list in uh, on the interface to R3. So that means R2 only accept the root updates that match the access control list from R3. Everything else is ignored. Everything else is banned. So why you do this? So imagine you want R2 to accept only subnets of R3's root. For example, only the even number subnet and ignore the rest. So the rest is no. So useful when you only want certain networks blocks visible to part of your network. So how it works? Again, I'll just explain you by step. Alright. So the access control list is built to match a pattern. Example trick used here, as you might see, using a wildcard mask like 255.255.255.254 means match every other addresses. Yeah, as you might see in R5 here, and because it match every other addresses, it's a way to filter on the last bit of the addresses and therefore select even versus out blocks. And the second is distribute list 1 in faster Ethernet 0/0 on R2 tells R2 when you receive routes updates from R3. As you might see, after you receive the what is it called, R2 tells R2 when you receive route updates from R3 on this link. So it will apply access control list 1 and only accept the routes that access control list 1 permits. So when R3 sends many 3.3.3x routes, R2 keeps only those that match the access control list and the routing table here. And as you might see here, what is it called? When you receive route updates, alright, keeps only those that match the access control list, and the routing table on R2 shows only those permit entries. The slide shows a list of the EGRP routes that were allowed. Think of R3 sending a big basket. This is another analogy of different colored apples. The access control list on R2 is like a filter that only lets apples of certain colors, the even ones, through the queue. Everything else falls away. So everything else is ignored. Alright, and here's the ODD, the allow out entries. So what the config mean, I will just explain y'all. You might just looking at the image here, similar to the previous slide, but the access control list is changed to a different pattern. So now only the ODD, or it stands for allow ODD entries, networks are a different pattern and permit. After applying that access control list, R2 shows only the ODD networks in its routing table. So why you do this? So it demonstrates how access control list can be used flexibly to select exactly which network you accept from a neighbor, even ODD particular blocks, etc. So give fine control without touching the sender R3. So how it works, I'll just explain you the step by step. change the access control list pattern, different source wildcard pairs, the wildcard masks are the key, they define which addresses match, and hit the distribute list, and that makes sure that only even networks ODD on the AGRPD network. And keep this release 1 in applied. R2 use the access control list to filter in both routing updates, and R2's routing table updates and shows only the routes permitted by the new access control list. So I'll just give you an analogy. If the filter in the previous example let the true green apples, now you can reconfigure the filter to let through red apples. The receiving side only sees red apples. Alright, probably that's all that I could explain for y'all. Hopefully it could be beneficial. I'm sorry for any grammatical error in my language. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.